These are sweet potatoes going into the oven. These sweet potatoes came fresh off the field and I am baking them. I'm not boiling them, but I am baking. I took them out the oven. I'm going to take the skin off. I know they don't look all pretty and all, but these are baked yams. Okay, I have separated the skin, and here are my sweet potatoes. I've added ground nutmeg, ground cinnamon, a little bit of ground clove, and I also added some sugar and vanilla. And I'm just going to mix this up in here. And this is not going to be a pie, so I'm going to leave it like this. It's a sweet potato, and that's the nutmeg. So I'm just going to mix it like this. And just to be sure there's no extra strings, I'm going to mix it. Okay, here's my sweet potato pie mixture for my sweet potato pound cake. Only thing I'm going to add in here is some melted butter. I don't need to put any eggs or any milk or anything like that. I'm going to put this aside and start on my cake now. I already have videos on how I make my pound cake. I'm making it from scratch with my flour. This right here is nutmeg. I'm going to add nutmeg into my flour. I'm going to sift my flour, eggs, sugar, butter, as well as vanilla bean paste, and I'm using a little lemon extract. And the cake that I'm making from scratch is a buttermilk pound cake for my sweet potato pound cake. Okay, here's my buttermilk pound cake batter I made from scratch. Here's my bun cake pan I'm going to use, and then there's my sweet potatoes. I'm going to now put my cake batter, my buttermilk pound cake batter that I made, put it in my bun cake pan, and those are my sweet potatoes. Okay, so I put half my cake batter in my pan. That's the rest. Here's my sweet potatoes. With a small little scoop, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to put it like that all the way around. And then I'm going to add my cake batter on top. I'm going to do this. I need both hands, so I will be right back. And this is how my sweet potatoes look. Now I'm going to like spread it out with a spatula. I'm just going to go all the way around like that until it's even, and then I'm going to put the rest of my cake batter on top. Okay, this is how it looks. I'm going to add the rest of my cake batter on top. Okay, so this is how it looks. I'm going to cover all the way around. I'll be right back because I need both hands. Okay, this is how it looks. I'm going to put it into the oven now. I'm going to bake it for 1 hour and 10 minutes on 325. Okay, going into the oven. Okay, my sweet potato pound cake. And there it is. And here is my sweet potato pound cake. It's hot, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'm gonna glaze him. Here is my sweet potato pound cake made with a sweet potato caramel sauce from scratch, homemade, with a buttermilk pound cake batter that I made from scratch. It also has sweet potatoes in the inside as well. And if you know me, I am a perfectionist. Okay, here is the sweet potato pound cake. I'm about to cut it, y'all. This is the cake, sweet potato pound cake. I'm about to cut it. Yup. So cut it, and I put sweet potatoes in the inside. Yep. I did wash my hands. And I made it with a sweet potato sauce. And you see the sweet potato right there is at the bottom. It dropped to the bottom. Y'all see it? That's the sweet potato pound cake that I made. I need a plate to put it on.
Why did it drop to the bottom?
Because I put fresh sweet potatoes in the bag. All right. And this is my sweet potato pound cake. That's not caramel icing. That's a ice. That's a glaze that I made. It's like a sweet potato caramel glaze I made, and I have no recipe. So
baby, it sure look good. You just look creative. It tastes good.
How is it?
It tastes good.
Is that the sweet potato?
I want some coconut.
For my glaze, I'm putting evaporated milk. I'm not measuring. I'm just making this from my head from scratch. My sweet potatoes. Now I'm going to whisk it. I'm going to add some sugar. I'm going to add butter last. Sugar. I'm going to whisk it now. All right. I'm going to whisk this. I'm going to add a little bit more sugar. I'll add my vanilla and butter last. Adding evaporated milk, add a little bit more. Okay, so now I want to get it a little bit thinner. So I'm going to mix it. So to my sweet potato glaze, I added more evaporated milk. I'm going to pour in some vanilla. I added some cinnamon and some ground nutmeg. I added more. Okay, I added some more evaporated milk. And once again, I am eyeballing this. So I'm just basically making it up as I go. So this is my glaze. So I basically made it like I'm making a sweet potato pie, but I'm making like a sweet potato caramel sauce. There's no eggs or anything in here. It's just basically sweet potatoes that I pureed, and I added evaporated milk, cinnamon, nutmeg, sugar. I'm going to add the butter. I added vanilla already. I'm going to add more vanilla, and I'm going to add butter at the end. So I'm making this like a caramel sauce. Okay, I turned my heat off, and here is my glaze. It's thick how I want it. I have no recipe. I basically make it from my heart and make it from my head. I'm going to add my butter in now. I already added vanilla. I'm going to add my butter now. I drop that butter in there. Y'all know me, right? If you know, you know. I'm going to put some more butter. I don't hold back on the butter. I don't. All right, let that butter melt all in there. And this is my glaze for my cake. All right, it's gonna melt. And here is my sweet potato pound cake. Okay, all finished.